It wasn't about what you wore.
Thank you again, Avo Johnson, for that wonderful and beautiful bar of music. And to those who are just tuning in, you are still listening to CBS Radio, and the program on air is Success Motivation. Before we went on that musical break, you had introduced us to another section of your life, that is, you've talked about your newly released EP, which is titled Bruises. For some of us who do not know about it, we want to understand why the title of the EP is Bruises, because some of us are just music lovers. We want to understand why the title is Bruises and what the project is all about.
Before I get to that, you said something very peculiar, and I think most artists and most people in the world, most people especially in this region, Bamenda and the Northwest, need to know that what is given to you as a gift is not for you, and that the gift given to you might be just for one person.
Right.
Might be just for one single person. And if in the end that person doesn't get it, then you have failed. Mm-hmm. That is going out to kill the notion of musicians thinking that whatever I release I have to blow. Everybody has to hail me, everybody has to applaud me. Mm-hmm. I believe so much that whatever God gives you is for one person. As you said, that one person can change the world. The ripple effect of that one person can be amazing. So whenever you have that opportunity, do it, let it out there, and pray it meets that one person. Don't wait for everybody before you do that. Bruises as the name implies, is pain.
Okay.
It's pain. The layman will call it cuts on your body. When someone has a cut on the body, they call it bruises, and that cut is pain. It's painful. So Bruises is a spoken word poetry EP. An EP is in music they call it an EP is any compilation of music that is less than 30 minutes. Okay. Less than 30 minutes of play. When it's above 30 minutes, we call it an album. So this is a collection of poems that is less than 30 minutes. So I call it a spoken word poetry EP. And the peculiarity about Bruises is that Bruises is on gender-based violence. Sometime last year, I was privileged to do a voiceover for my personal coach and trainer, Coach Lanjo, and he was doing a documentary on the effects of the coronavirus on the family.
Okay.
He was doing on the coronavirus on the family. So when I read the script and when I performed the script, I got to realize that a lot of violence took place at that time. Why? Because people could hardly go out. People were forced to be with each other. Mm-hmm. And this is the story. Imagine that there is a family of a mother and a father and two children, a male and a female. And when these children are young, statistics shows that children learn more than 50% of what they get up to start doing from observation.
You're
so
very right.
Whatever happens in the home, they unconsciously embed it within them. Mm-hmm. So when there is a squabble in the house between Papa and Mama, these children copy it. They copy it. They see what is happening. If Mama and Papa get physical with each other, they see what is happening. Mm-hmm. If there is an eventual separation, what happens is when Mama looks at the boy child, he sees the father. And the anger and the rage he has on the father, in most cases, they pour it on that boy child. When Papa looks at the daughter, he sees the mother. And the anger and the rage that he has for the mother, they pour it on that child. That's how the violence continues. And these children, being as young as they are most times they are not able to reason that much. So they look at whatever is being done to them by Mama and Papa, and they call it love. So when Mama and Papa, they vent out their anger on them, to them that is love. Because they believe so much that Mama and Papa loves us so much. So to them, they grow up knowing that that is how love is being expressed, violently. So consciously or unconsciously, it's in them, just waiting for the right circumstance to manifest itself. So in the long run, when they are faced with that same circumstance, they feel like, since Mama Papa taught me that love is violent, I'm going to express love violently. Right. And if they've never had that exposure, if they've never had something, if they've never been exposed to something different, they will manifest that same violence in the home. And that same violence from the home, it goes out to the streets. So those are the things that Bruises is trying to address, so that we can be conscious. Because for the fact that, okay, you grew up in a violent home, doesn't mean you have to be violent. But if you're not conscious of the fact that it is within you, you'll find yourself when you've become violent.
Oh, that's I think it's a very interesting EP, and I'm sure everybody would love to listen to it. I think violence spreads from home. What you see from your parents, you emulate them, and what your parents endure, like what they endure at home, you copy them. So if your mother was the type that endures violence, obviously, maybe when you get married, you also endure violence. I think that it's a very important information to get out there, because we have so many people who see love like violence. Violence has to be in it, and that is not how life should be. Nobody has the right to place their hands on another person, whether male or female.
Another thing that is so peculiar about this EP is addressing the case of rape.
Okay.
Yes. Knowing that both male and female are being raped. But the thing that happens is that whenever a male or a female is being raped, let me take the case of a female, which is very rampant. When a female is being raped, the first person to justify the action that is being done to them is their fellow woman. Their fellow woman is always the first person to criticize and say they would have even done more. They would even just kill you and kill her. Look the way you ever dress. Look at the way you ever walk. They just start justifying the act and making the victim or the survivor to feel more pain and to shut up and not speak out, because they feel like it is my fault, so there is no need for me speaking out so that I can get help. There's no need for me speaking out so that the perpetrator can be able to be brought to book, just because of what their fellow gender is doing. So Bruises is addressing that myth to make them understand, especially the female, to understand that there is no good reason for rape back here. There isn't. So when someone is raped, there is no need telling them about their past behaviors or their past characters. It is to address that situation there and there. Then it also goes further to look at gender-based violence from the perpetrator's perspective.
Right.
Because the best way to help someone is to go down to their level, understand their thinking, then you can uplift them. That is why for God to be able to make us understand him, he had to turn into a man. So that he had to turn into a man, come to us so that he can understand us, then help us and uplift us. So that's why we are going to the perpetrator's level. What is the perpetrator thinking when he's committing these acts? Then from there, we can be able to help them. Those are the things that are contained in the Bruises Poetry EP.
Very interesting there. Do you have a trailer for us? Like a trailer or a teaser?
Yes, the trailer or the teaser is available. I'm sure our DJ or our sound engineer will get you to listen to the trailer or the teaser of the Bruises Poetry EP.
Okay, let's get a teaser.
It's him who is the problem. For objectifying your humanity, for playing with your sincerity, for devouring your purity in the name of anxiety to please his animality. Let no man determine what you should be wearing. Your being should not be the basis for his killing.
Wow, suiting. That's a good one there. And it's interesting to... I've actually listened to it, but listening to it the second time makes me want to listen to the whole EP. And obviously, from listening to it, there's one point that you say, it's him that is the problem. Yes. So I'm sure everybody would love to listen to it. So how do we get to listen to it? Is there a link or something like that?
The purpose of the Bruises EP Festival, the first purpose is sensitization. The other purpose is to heal victims and survivors and also perpetrators of gender-based violence. So the album is available online. You can get it on www.enowdigital.com. enowdigital.com. Enow is ENOW. digital.com, and you can support the project there by just getting it at a token for 1,000 francs, or you get the ebook for a token of 1,000 francs. So the ebook and the EP are 2,000. So you can choose which one you want, or you take both, the ebook or the EP. And you can get it worldwide. You can get it on Bandcamp. The beautiful thing on Bandcamp is that you have the opportunity to listen to it. I think you can listen to a track 3 times, but after 3 times, you have to support the project by purchasing it. And www.bandcamp.com, you can get it. And I'm so aware that most of the masses, and those are the people that I cry for, because those are the people that need this. Some of them are not tech savvy. So you can also get to me, and I send it to you directly on WhatsApp, on Telegram, or you can email me for that. I don't know if it's possible, if it's okay to give the numbers here.
You can give your number, or you can give your social media handles. Okay.
For my social media handles, you can check on it on the website is www.mottanni.com. www.mottanni.com. Mottanni is spelled M-O-20-A-N-I. Or you can check on any social media platform and just type Mottanni, M-O-20-A-N-I. Or you can get to me through the numbers 695-614-947. 695-614-947. or 699-444-555. 699-444-555. With that, all you need to do is tell me you need the album, and you will just support the project by Joe Momo Miss Martin. Then from there I will send it to you directly to your phone. The EP, all the tracks in the EP, and also the ebook, and even the T-shirt if you want to.
At one point, we would hear it on radio, right?
Yes, you definitely get to hear it on radio, because my main purpose is for it to get out there to the masses so they can consume and become better. Because if you can, I believe that if you can help the perpetrator, you've helped the victim, you've helped the survivors, and you have helped the community.
Exactly. Yes. From it's like preventing more cases of GBV.
That's true.
Thank you so much, and I wish you a good luck in your project.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Petruki, for having me.
Okay, away from that, the last question before we wrapped up. Since you're a poet and you've been able to achieve the things you wanted to achieve using poetry, could you tell people who are passionate out there how to go about it?
Okay. I will say, I will take examples from me, what works for me.
Yep.
The first thing is I have a mentor.
Okay.
The first thing is I have a mentor and I have a coach. And the mentor I have, I don't go to look at the glamour that they are exhibiting now. I go to look within. I go to look within to find out what they did to get themselves where they are. I don't look at where they are now. I find out what they did to get to where they are.
Okay.
Then I also have a coach, because they say you cannot be in the frame and see yourself. The coach has to be there to look you from within and tell you, okay, this thing you're doing, you can do it this way, you can do it this way, you can do it this way.
Exactly.
Then the last thing I have to tell people is books.
Read books.
Consume books. It is not what you get from the books that matter, it is what the books bring out of you.
Okay.
It is not what you get that matters. So the more books you consume, the more you are able to bring out the best out of you. Yes.
The more
that helped me.
The more books you read, or the more books you consume,
you're
going to get something out of it. Thank you so much, Mottanni, for being here.
Thank you so much.
Dear radio friends, Mottanni hopes that you listen to his newly released EP titled Bruises. It is on this note that we've come to the end of the program Success Motivation. It is produced by the radio's producer Chief Izet and supervised by the station's boss Ngemda Emmanuel. Avu Johnson was there maintaining sound quality, and on the mic I have been Lorata Petruki. Thanking you all for listening, and do have a blessed day.
We are done.
It's him who is the problem. For objectifying your humanity, for playing with your sincerity, for devouring your purity in the name of anxiety to please his animality. Let no man determine what you should be wearing. Your being should not be the basis for his killing.